Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm doing another exciting video on the sand buggy. A while back my dad mounted all the lights to it, did this rear light bar. He put pods up here, those giant things down there. I took them off to route some wiring. I had these little corner lights laying around, so we mounted those and the light bar. So hopefully at the end of the day everything will be working just fine, and we'll have some lights on this, which is going to be exciting. This rear light bar is really cool. It does some strobing, it does turn signals, it does reverse, it does brake. So that's going to be really cool. Yeah, let's get to wiring. In addition to the lighting, I'm going to work on the wiring for the engine and everything else. We kind of made it work. We had to adapt wiring from Rallybug over there to this because this is the motor that came out of Rallybug. So we kind of just made it work. Like this fuel pump plug, kind of just butted those in there. So I'm going to put a plug on the fuel pump side and clean up everything that we just did to make this thing work. But at the end of the day, this thing should be really clean. Hopefully have some lights on it. And yeah, let's get to work. Alright guys, I got the engine wiring pretty much wrapped up. I got this all loomed, this all bunched together. Got a plug on the fuel pump here, and it's just running all along the frame rail. I still need to tie this to the frame rail. I'm going to run it along the bottom and then up right here into the dash. Everything's pretty much loomed up. This is not my favorite kind of loom, but I just had a lot of extra from a previous project. I think it was the train horn project. It came with a lot of this stuff. But I loomed all the wiring in this, wrapped it up with Tessa tape. And yeah, the engine side is pretty much done, minus connecting everything back in the dash right there. But now it's time for the lights. My dad made holes for the wiring by the top lights here. We're gonna run it down the A-pillar. I'm gonna have to connect that. I made the connection shorter. It was pretty long on this leg. But we're gonna go inside the dash and then end up right here, and then I'm going to figure out the wiring for the corner lights. I have that harness somewhere, and then I found the end of the pigtail for this light. It's Deutsch connectors, but I'm going to have to run this into the dash somewhere. This light's pretty cool. It does has the ambers and the white. But yeah, the engine's pretty much done. I'm gonna get started on the lights. Well, it's a new day, guys. Where I left off yesterday, I was working on the engine harness. I tied it to the cage. Got everything up here now. It's all nice and tidy. Everything is connected for the engine part. As far as the lights yesterday, I went ahead and ran all the wiring along the cage, and everything is in here now. I still need to wire up the corner lights, and I mentioned that there was a Deutsch connector that I had for this front light, but I ended up using that for the light bar because there was a cut somewhere. I think right there, actually it was cut, and I had to fix the harness, so I used the rest of that harness, the Deutsch harness, and got it right here. This is the wiring for the brake lights and turn signals. We're running brake lights to that bar. My dad right now is actually running to O'Reilly's to get a couple more lights. I believe he's gonna run them or put them right here, and then I'll have to run wiring for that. But yeah, by then today we'll have some lights on this thing. We tested the lights last night and they look awesome, so hopefully I'll have some switches made up, and we'll have some lights by the end of today. Hey guys, another day of wiring and installing lights on the sand buggy. Bobby's been working real hard on the wiring and doing an absolutely beautiful job routing wires. I'm glad he's good at that, because looking at that gives me a headache.
Yep.
But I've been doing some fabrication because we're going to be mounting some tail lights back here. I got a couple of these LEDs. They'll be going on each side there. And then we got the light bar back up there. So I'm going to keep working along on this. Anything you need to update the guys with?
Well, all this is working now. It's hard to see during the daytime, but and then the bottom ones there.
And then, so those are all ready to go. We got these still to do, and you got to shorten the harness to get for this one. Although it does work.
I'm putting the hole in the dash for the switch for the light bar, and then I just have to shorten all that because
we don't need all that.
It's way too long.
Yeah. So a little bit of fabrication still, a little bit of detail work, and we will have lights throughout the sand buggy. So we'll bring you back when things are a bit exciting. Well guys, we're making some progress. I got these rear tail lights all mounted up, and they look sweet, just like that. Bobby's got to wire them up. I guess we're just using the brakes back there, or we're going to somehow run running lights, because it has both.
I can run running lights. I can just go off the power for the headlights, and then it'll be running light, and when we press the brake, then the brake lights come on. I get that working.
Cool. And then this here, we're going to order the, what's it called?
Deutsch connector.
A Deutsch connector.
I'll
worry about that later.
I'll worry about that later.
But we got all the other ones working. These guys.
Yeah,
and
I'll flip some switches here. So there's those. High and low, and then
we got those. Cool.
And then the switch for the bar here. That should be on right now.
Yep.
And you just change the strobe pattern.
And then that will also be brake lights.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll have these brake lights come on. I guess that's running. So we'll have running up there with the strobe, running down here, and then brake lights.
But I wanted to have brake lights without having to worry about turning this on. Because once I
so that'll be independent.
kill that switch, then nothing will happen up here.
Okay. And then we got, what are these things called? The LED
strips.
Strips. So and then
use it as like a dome light.
A dome light. So when it's dark, if we need light in here, then we got those. He's gonna put the switch down here. All right.
I'll wire that directly up to battery, so we don't have to worry about like flipping switches and stuff for that to work.
Very cool. Well, we are making progress. That looks like a lot of work, Bob.
Yeah.
But
non-stop the last 2 days, you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we got the mirrors on there now. Lights are on there. It's running good, so we just need some paddle tires, and we got to get whips. So
we can get those at Chirico, I think.
Yeah.
They sell whips.
Can't go to Glamis without whips. But it's getting close, guys. So getting exciting. Looking at all these lights, that's yeah, pretty cool. All right, we'll see you in a bit. So hey guys, I had to wait till it got dark because we're gonna do some testing on these lights, see how they look. So my daughter Mia is helping. She's in the car right now. And so one thing that we did, which is awesome, is we put these LED strips, I call it. So we have interior lights there. We got the keys on there. So we hit these buttons here, And that is going to be the dims. You see where that is? Now go ahead and hit the one on the top of that same switch. Hit the other one and hit them both. So they should both be on. So that is the brights. And you can see there is a lot of light there. Now, one other one is this one here. Go ahead and flip that up and hit that switch. And that is those lights. Yeah, that's bright. That looks awesome. Now, like we said, we're gonna wait to do this until Bobby gets the right connection to do it. But that is throwing a lot of light. That is awesome. So then, the only one left, oh, we got this thing up here, which is this one here. Push that button there, push down below, right there. And then go ahead and hit the brake lights. And you see the brakes in the top light beam there, and these ones down below are now working. So let off the brakes. And then we got one more thing to do with this. There's actually two. I think maybe you have to hold that down below there. Okay, push up to the top and hold. Okay, so that's off. Push down once. Push down again. There's the strobe. Okay, now hit the brakes again. All right, that is awesome. Okay, I think that is everything. Cannot wait to get out in the dunes. See how these things really work. And of course we'll have the front beam up here working. So awesome. Thank you very much, Mia. And guys, thanks a lot for watching the video. Bobby worked 2 solid days on this wiring on this thing. I mean, he really put the work in, and it turned out awesome. Really excited about having some lights. So anyways, we'll see you on the next video. Thank you a lot for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel, please. Thank you.